What is up everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to have a look at my first team selection for game week 4. What is up everyone, welcome back to another video. Happy international break. So we do have a weekend without football, but it does not mean that our FPL planning stops. So in this video I'm going to have a first look at my game week 4 team selection, my transfer plans, how I got on in game week 3, everything like that. There will be a sort of confirmed team next week, but this is to get the ball rolling, a few of my thoughts on what I'm going to do with my team, whether I'm going to wildcard or not, and everything like that. So starting off, as we always do, having a look back at the previous game week. So my game week 3 transfers, I made 2 free transfers. I took Tony out of my team and downgraded him to Dennis, and upgrading Brownhill to Benrahma. Now you can see straight away that these transfers didn't pay out. So Tony did get a goal, a bonus point and a yellow card, but Benrahma did blank, even though West Ham scored 2 goals. So it isn't transfers that I'm necessarily unhappy that I've made. I'm pretty happy that I've got Benrahma in my team, and I still want him in my team over Tony going into game week 4, but I didn't get the rewards in my team this week that I potentially wanted to. So in order to do this, we have a review of game week 3. So we start off as we always do in goal and we work up the pitch. So Sanchez did blank with 2 points. So he conceded twice and got a save point against Everton. Not particularly pleased with him. It's just 1 clean sheet in the first 3 for Brighton. But out of the other keepers that I potentially could have gone with, none of the others have performed particularly well either. So it's okay. Into the defence now, so we start with Ayling and we add in Rafinha. So my 2 Leeds players here, both blanking unfortunately. So Leeds conceding to Burnley and Rafinha not getting anything in the goal that Leeds did score. Now they play Liverpool in game week 4 before having a very nice run of fixtures from game week 5 onwards. So I do plan on keeping them in my team, but I am a bit disappointed that they didn't quite grab anything in Burnley's fixture in game week 3. Elsewhere, we add Luke Shaw and Mason Greenwood. So Luke Shaw with his first clean sheet of the season, very happy with that, but no bonus points. Mason Greenwood got the goal, the winning goal in that 1-0 win, getting him 8 points, but no bonus points for him as he didn't do that much elsewhere in the game. But a 6 and an 8 there, I was very happy with these 2 Manchester United assets. However, the other Manchester United asset that I do own in my team is Bruno Fernandes, who was unfortunately my game week 3 captain. It was between him and Antonio, and I'm sure a lot of you went with either Fernandes or Antonio. Congratulations if you went with Antonio and got that big return, but I went with Bruno Fernandes, who also picked up a yellow card, which was probably the deciding factor between a green and a red arrow for me this week. Next up, we add the 2 Liverpool players. So Trent got 2 bonus, no clean sheet, just 4 points for him. And Salah got the goal as well as maximum bonus points, giving him a 10-point return. Happy with these 2. They'll continue to tick along throughout the season, and they're not going anywhere from my team at all. Finally, in my midfield, we have Benrahma, new signing. He scored just 2 points, nothing more to report from him there. Now up front, we have Danny Ings, who returned 4 points with an assist as well as a yellow card. It was an okay return, nothing too special. I would have hoped from a little bit more against Brentford. And along with him, we had Antonio, who I've spoken about. Big return, goal and assist, 11 points with the bonus points as well. Nothing really to write about in my defence. Dennis was the only one who I potentially could have started, but he was away at Tottenham. So that was all there was in my starting team. So this did give me an overall score this week of 55 points. Not particularly happy with this, but it was okay given the captaincy blank. It gave me a game week rank of 3.8 million. So again, not particularly happy, moving my overall score up from 238k. So given that my overall rank used to be 120k, I have dropped unfortunately down to 320k, but we will look in this video of how I plan on making up that ground and getting some green arrows in the upcoming game weeks. So now let's move on to some potential transfers for game week 4. So if we start by having a look at some of the potential transfers out. So Danny Ings, we have to think about selling. So they had 3 really nice fixtures to open the season. However, from now on, it is much more difficult, including Chelsea away in game week 4. Bruno Fernandes did score a hat-trick in game week 1, however is blanked in game weeks 2 and 3, and Ronaldo has come in, so there is a bit of a question mark about penalties and free kicks and everything like that, so it is worth bearing in mind whether he'll still be worth owning going forward. And the other one is Rafinha, so he did blank, he scored 1 goal with 2 blanks in the opening few game weeks, so I also have to consider selling him given that he may go to international duty with Brazil, and he also has a fixture against Liverpool in game week 4 as well. In terms of the potential replacements for these players, so of course Ronaldo is the first one. He has come in, been priced at 12.5 million, but I can get up to it if I do downgrade Bruno Fernandes. And in terms of those replacements for Bruno Fernandes that would allow me to upgrade Danny Ings into Ronaldo, Ferran Torres and Adama Traore are the two that caught my eye so far this season. Torres has been playing up front for Manchester City, so of course we've got to be thinking about owning him. If he gets a continued run of starts in that position for them, he will score points. And the other one we have is Adama Traore. So although Wolves have failed to score so far, Traore has been one of the biggest underperformers so far this season. He's had 17 expected returning points, but has scored just 6. So I do think there's a good chance with the upcoming nice run of fixtures that Wolves had, that Traore could be a really nice differential for us to own. So with those potential transfers in mind, which would be Danny Ings up to Ronaldo and probably doing Fernandes to the likes of Torres and Traore in order to free up that money. But if I do decide that I don't need Ronaldo straight away, then Rafinha to one of these midfielders is also a potential move for me. So with those potential transfers in mind, let's have a look at how I could line up for Game Week 4 and the transfers, if my arm was twisted now, I would make. So in terms of the transfers that if I had to decide now, I'd probably make, Ings would probably go. I don't like their upcoming fixtures, and I don't think, although he's got 3 returns, he's been that great in the first few weeks. And then Fernandes, I'd probably look at selling, although I don't think you need to sell him now that Ronaldo has come in. It would allow me to free up that money in order to do that Ings upgrade. So Ronaldo would come in, and I currently think that Ferran Torres would be the replacement that I'd go with, given that he's playing up front for Manchester City, and it doesn't look like they're going to have a replacement in time for the end of the transfer window. So Sanchez, of course, would start in goal. They have Brentford away. Now, they've not had the best start to the season, Brighton, and I'm hoping that they can turn it around a little bit. But when I do come to Wildcard, I do think that Sanchez may be a player that I'll look to change. At the moment, given my video on Monday, I don't think that I'll be playing my Wildcard so far, so it is just transfers that I'll be making. But if a couple of things happen, like Firmino's out for a while and I want Jota in my team, and for example Lingard signs and then Benrahma is a bit more of a risk as well, I may decide to wildcard. But at the moment, it's not a plan that I have at the moment. In defence, although Arsenal have been dreadful, Ben White is likely to be back and I can't not play him at home to Norwich. And given that my other defenders have difficult fixtures as well, of course, White is the one that comes into my team. Now, I don't think Arsenal particularly are strong defensively, but it is just a better option than I have elsewhere. But to combine with him, I do have 2 great defensive options. So Luke Shaw at home to Newcastle with Ronaldo in the team. Could we see some more crosses coming in from Shaw and potentially some assists for him? And then Trent there, Leeds away. It's a potentially difficult fixture. Leeds are good at home, but they haven't looked that great in the opening few weeks. Hence my slight disappointment with Rafinha. And Trent has been great, both with assists, clean sheets and bonus points as well. Into the midfield, the first option we have is Salah. Of course, he's in my starting lineup. Leeds away is a good fixture for him. I still think there are goals in this game, and Salah is always going to be involved when Liverpool get some goals. Mason Greenwood will stay in my team. I just can't see him being dropped from that Manchester United lineup yet. If he continues to score goals, why would Ole decide to drop him? And it is a good fixture at home. They scored at 5 goals in Game Week 1 at home, and it is against Newcastle again. Torres away at Leicester, so my new transfer in. It is potentially a slightly more difficult fixture, but Manchester City score goals. It's simple as that. And if Torres is playing up front for them at 7.1 million now, then it's just too good an opportunity to turn down. And finally, in my midfield, we have Benrahma. Southampton away, they've looked okay, slightly better than they did in Game Week 1, but I do still think there's a good chance for West Ham goals in this fixture, and I'm happy still that I brought Benrahma in, despite his blank in Game Week 3. Up front, first of all, Ronaldo will come in, Newcastle at home. Of course, he's going to start for me. He's my transfer in. I do think there's a chance that he hits the ground running. He'll be back in front of the fans for the first time. He'll be wanting to hit the ground running, and it is a great fixture for him to do that. Next to him, we have Antonio of West Ham, so Southampton away for him. Again, we know what he's done. He's the highest scoring player in FPL so far. I hope that he can continue his run, but he will be highly captained again. And will I put the captaincy armband on him? I don't think so far. And finally, we have Dennis. So I've decided to start Dennis over Rafinha. Rafinha has looked not that great. He's not that explosive, and he plays at home to Liverpool in Game Week 4. Whereas Dennis, the last time he played at home, returned 12 points. Now, Watford haven't looked that great away from home in Game Weeks 2 and Game Week 3, but I do think Dennis is going to start. And at home to Wolves, there's always a good chance of some returns for him. So I have opted to start him at the moment, with Rafinha being first on my bench, with Ayling at home to Liverpool second on my bench, and Tsimikas, of course, not playing anymore because of Robertson being last on my bench. In terms of captaincy and vice captaincy, at the moment, my vice captain is on Mikel Antonio. So he has been great. He has got the vice captaincy armband on him. He's just been so consistent, the main man involved in practically all of West Ham's goals. But if I'm bringing Ronaldo into my team for a -4, which this would be because I've only got one free transfer, Ronaldo would be getting the captaincy armband. At home to Newcastle, the fans are back. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. He's getting the captaincy armband if he's in my team for Game Week 4. There is no doubt about that. Even with the form that Salah and Antonio are in, it's going on Ronaldo. There is no chance I'll move it to anyone else. So that is my current thinking of my team for Game Week 4. Of course, there is a lot that could change. Injuries, international duty, everything like that, as well as the transfer window hasn't quite closed at the time of recording, so you might know a little bit more than I do now. I hope you have enjoyed. There is plenty more to come over the international break, both with wildcard help for you all that are on wildcard. Those of you who aren't wildcarding, there'll be other videos as well to help you get the best possible transfers and rank going into the upcoming game week. So if you have enjoyed, please do subscribe to the channel. As always, like the video and turn on notifications so you get the reminder for the videos, but more importantly, the live streams that I also do. So good luck with Game Week 4 if you don't watch any more of my stuff. Enjoy the international break, and I will see you all very soon.